The first exercise for the bridge preparation is the glute bridge. And here we've got Phil lying on his back. His knees are roughly 90 degrees. And then he's lifting his hips up towards the ceiling and interlocking his fingers underneath. Now, when he is in this position, he can tuck his chin, and then he's trying to pull his shoulder blades together. And he's really trying to lift up his chest and activate his upper back. The second exercise is the T-spine rotation. You're going to start on your side with your left arm out at 90 degrees. You're bending the hips up at 90 degrees as well. And you're making a big circle all the way around, touching the ground if you can, all the way around. Now, especially when the hands come straight out at 180 degrees, you're really focusing on that upper back touching the ground. So think about that right scapula touching the ground. With the T-spine opener off the bench, your shoulder blades, head and neck are all supported, and you're going to grab the bench either side of your ears, and then from there you're going to exhale and lower your hips towards the ground. Now, as you can see in this position, all the movement is coming through his mid and upper back, and his lower back is staying pretty neutral. So he's not going into extension in the lumbar. And this is a really good way of accessing or opening up the thoracic spine. So he's holding down, deep breathing at the bottom, and then coming back up after 3 or 4 breaths at the bottom. And you're going to repeat that for anywhere from kind of 3 up to 10 repetitions. This next movement is a progression of the last one. So we're increasing the leverage and adding some resistance to help open up the shoulders and the thoracic spine even more. So from here, Phil is using a pretty light dumbbell. So for him, it's 4 or 5 kilos. Start lighter on this one just so you're erring on the side of caution. And he's repeating the same process. So he's getting into a solid position. Exhaling lowers his hips down, takes 2 to 3 breaths at the bottom, and then inhale and comes back up. And he's going to repeat that for anywhere from 3 up to 10 reps. If it's very intense in the shoulders, you can bend the elbows like he's doing now, and that's going to reduce the leverage and reduce the resistance on the upper body also. The feet elevated bridge is a really good alternative if you feel you're very tight in the upper back. The only downside of this movement is it does require quite a lot of upper body strength. So if you find that this is beyond your strength capacity, you can skip this exercise and move on to the next one. Otherwise, you can avail of the benefits, and it's a really good way of getting all of the movement onto your upper back and away from the lower back. And finally, we're on to the bridge off the ground. So you're going to start with your hands by your ears, lift the hips up, and from there you're going to go up onto the top of the head. So this is the first step. If you're feeling lower back pain from here, you should not progress at this point. You should focus on the previous exercises. And then from the head, you're going to push up into your full bridge. And like Phil is doing now, he's really focusing on driving his chest forward to the wall in front of him.